Hey guys, Fishmonger here. How you guys doing? Gonna be talking a little bit today about some of the nice updates they've made to fishing, and then into patch 7.1 is a new patch just came out for Warcraft, and they added a lot of cool bobbers to fishing, which is actually kind of nice. I'm surprised they didn't do this earlier. It's just one of those little cosmetic things that just kind of makes it, just spruces up fishing a little bit, kind of makes it a little bit more exciting. So, you can bring up your collections here and then go into your toy box. You can see I got a couple of them here already. But you can see the list of all these here. It's basically, you get the crate of bobbers, the can of worms. Basically, it says it replaces your fishing bobber with a can of tasty to fish at least worms for an hour. You can also have a cat head, which I've got. The Murloc head, which actually, this used to be a toy from Conjurer Margos. I'm sorry, not a toy. It just used to be an item you could purchase from him for 25, I think it was. 25 or maybe 50 of those drowned mana thingies that he's got. Now you could buy it for 100, and it's now a permanent toy. So that's interesting, because on this character, I don't have any in my bag, but I gotta wonder if I spent some money on them originally on some of the other characters, do they just become a toy now? So I'd like to know that, because those things do take a while to fish up. I'd like to know if I can get refunded, but they also have the Squeaky Duck, which is the same thing. It used to be one of those things from Conjurer Margos. They got a Tugboat, which is kind of neat. This actually is not the icon at all of a tugboat, but it's a tugboat. And then basically you got a wooden Pepe, which is kind of neat. So what does this have to do with Fishmonger? What is this? Well, bobbers themselves, interestingly enough, can change the fishing habits here of Fishmonger, and then affect the program and make it so it works better or worse for you. In this particular case, when I use the cat head, if you notice, it's the whole thing is nice and dark except for the eyes, and you got this tiny little white spot right in the middle there. This could definitely prove advantageous for Fishmonger, because it makes a very small white area for it to search for, while the rest of the bobber is dark, to maybe not interfere with it, maybe prevent less missed strikes, which is actually kind of nice. So if I, leave it on these settings here, and 70 and 1, and I start fishing, I'll leave bobber tracking on. Let's just kind of see how this tracks and what it does. And it looks like you can see it's finding that, the top white part of the bobber there without an issue at all, and it certainly looks like it's going to be tracking okay. And then, like I said, because the rest of the bobber is not white at all, it's like very brown. And actually, the neat thing is, because that white thing is kind of like right in the middle of the bobber, and probably the bobber hit box, it might make catching more accurate as far as the catching goes. So I'll have to play around with this for like a little bit and kind of see what kind of advantages that the cat head may bring to Fishmonger here. And then if I take this guy off, if I use the tugboat, let's see, if I click on this guy, this one's kind of neat, because the actual thing here looks like a tugboat. The picture doesn't in the toy box, but this does. But wow, would you look at that? That's got a huge white strip along the top of it, right? And it's got a in addition to the regular thingamajigger that's on the top where the line would cast or whatever, the top part of the bobber, but lots of white on this. So again, this could prove advantageous. It could be, it could also go the other way. It could be bad for Fishmonger, because maybe too much white on here is going to cause issues. Actually, you can see, if you look at the hand right now, it's going a little bit to the left and the right, probably because that big white strip runs horizontal on it. So if it doesn't catch the white in the one section of it, it's going to move to the other section. So the fact that it's got a larger white area could be good for certain instances, and it also could prove to be an issue for others. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm going to actually head over to Margos real quick, and we're going to take a look at the stuff that he's got for sale, and see if he's got anything else up there. I don't think he does, but let's go take a look-see and see what's up. Alright, I'm up here with Conjurer Margos. I gotta say, this guy is not very good looking. I just never really noticed that before. But, so with what he's selling here now, I'm taking a look at some the old stuff is still there. The Murloc bobber and the Squeaky Duck bobber. You can get 5 each for 25. I guess they just left them in there for the fact that way they didn't have to refund other people who already bought them. But you could buy the crates now for 100. You can get the Squeaky Duck crate or the Murloc head crate for 100. So for 4 times the purchase amount, you get an infinite number of them instead of just a small number, which, you know, whatever. I know these things take a while to fish up, but I guess it's still a good deal. I would just buy the whole thing, just because, what the hell? It's easy to catch these drowned mana thingies, especially with Fishmonger. So that's what it looks like these new bobbers look like. I'm going to probably add a section for them, since there's so many of these things now coming in. Before we only had the 2, and they weren't really that interesting, but now we have all the others with the toy box. In the advanced options section, probably miscellaneous, I'm probably just going to throw an area in here for the ability to equip those. So if you wanted to throw those things on while you're fishing, you can do that. So look for that in a future patch of Fishmonger coming up. And for now, I'm going to be heading out. Enjoy patch 7.1, and I will see you guys later.